Chapter 7. No! I screamed and tried to dodge away. The rat clawed the bottom of my shorts. It held on for a second, gnashing its teeth. Then it lost its hold and slid to the floor with a wet plop. Another rat leaped to attack. I thrashed my leg wildly and kicked the rat across the room. Red eyes glowed up at me. The hissing grew to a shrill siren. I batted rats away with the old book. I swept my flashlight across the room, frankly searching for a way out. There! A narrow staircase across the room. I ran for it, stepping into a sea of rats, stomping hard on them, flattening their scraggly tails. Claws scraped against my bare legs as I ran. 2 rats clung to my sneakers as I charged up the stairs. I kicked the rats off, heard their bodies thumping wetly onto the floor. Then I staggered the rest of the way up, hurtled to the door, and out into the fresh air, gasping, my heart pounding, sucking in breath after breath of the salty ocean air. I ran all the way home. I didn't stop until I came to my house. Panting hard, I collapsed on the front lawn. I stared into the living room window. The lamps glowed through the sheer white drapes. I could see Mom and Dad inside. I started to go in when I realized that I still clutched the book. Uh-oh. I knew that Mom and Dad would be upset if they knew I took something that didn't belong to me. Worse than that, they started asking me 1,000 questions. Where'd you get the book? What were you doing in that abandoned house? Why weren't you at the party? I can't let them see it, I decided. My wet sneakers squeaked across the lawn as I made my way back to the garage. I stepped carefully inside. We have the most cluttered garage in town. My dad wants to collect things. Lots of things. We can't get our car inside the garage anymore. We can't even close the door. I made my way around a dented spit sink and the aluminum steps to Mrs. Green's old swimming pool. I hid the book inside a torn mattress, then went into the house. Jack, is that you? Mom called from the kitchen. Uh-huh, I answered, jogging upstairs before she saw me. I didn't want to explain my wet, muddy shorts that weren't even mine. I love shorts, by the way, too. Do you? How was the party? Mom called. Okay, I called back. I left a little early. We'll be back tonight, Jack. Dad met me on the front lawn. It was the next morning, and Mom and Dad were getting ready to leave on their all-day trip. Dad patted me on the shoulder. This is going to be our lucky trip. The big one. The really big one. I can feel it. Dad is always saying that. He's a talent agent, but he doesn't have any really big acts. Nobody famous. Just a few actors with small parts. One plays a train conductor on TV show. Every week he has the same line. All aboard? That's it. All aboard? Week after week. And he is Dad's most famous client. So Dad spends most of his time searching for the big one. The act that will become famous and make Dad a lot of money. Today Mom and Dad were driving to Anaheim to listen to a new musical group. I hope they're normal, I said to Dad. Last week, a real wild one addition for Dad. She played a Beethoven symphony by banging on her head. After 2 notes, she knocked herself out, and Dad had to take her to the hospital. No, this group sent me a tape. Dad's eyes lit up, and they sound really great. Mom hurried out the house and headed toward the car. Come on, Ted, she called to Dad. We don't want to be late. I left dinner in the fridge for you, Jack. See you later. Morty and I watched Mom and Dad drive off. We played catch with a frisbee until the phone rang. It was Mia. I'm sorry I ruined your party, I stammered. No problem, she replied cheerfully. You didn't ruin my party at all. We all went back inside and had a great time. Oh, okay. So, what are you doing today? I asked. Want to go rollerblading? I love rollerblading. I can speed around sharp turns on 1 foot, and I skate faster than anyone in the whole neighborhood, including Wilson. Sure, that's why I called, she exclaimed. Wilson got these new blades, with balls underneath instead of wheels. They're much faster than the regular kind. Oh, I just remembered, I can't go skating, I told her. I have to stay home and water the plants. Seriously? Mia hung up. I peeked out through the living room window. I watched Wilson's house across the street, waiting for Wilson to leave with his new stupid inline skates. A few seconds later, he sped down his driveway and rolled down the block in a blur. I let out a long sigh and shuffled outside. "Come on, Morty." I snatched a frisbee from the lawn. "Catch, boy." I tossed the frisbee. Morty let it soar over his head. He didn't budge. Great. Now what? "Hey, Morty, I know. Let's go find that big book I brought home." Morty followed me to the garage. I slipped my hands into the lumpy mattress and pulled it out. I lugged the book into the kitchen. I started to read it and gasped in amazement. "Morty,